Hey, hello, beautiful love light. Welcome to my channel, Heart Rhythm Healing. I'm Jamie. I'm a certified Reiki master and self-proclaimed spiritual maestro. I view myself as a conductor of all of the energetics that exist all around us all the time. And I kind of harness and channel and set the intention for those energetics to send it to and through people who exist in the harmonic vibrational attunement ensemble, which is my container where I send the life force healing energetics for your highest benefit and good, specifically coded for exactly what you, beautiful love light, need in every now moment. And that's what I do. And then I'm also coming in here into my channel to share information that I'm gleaning about the Mayan Galactic Calendar and this galactic matrix of time and a way of viewing that time. There's a northeastern bluebird outside my window, so I'm a little distracted. Very muted colors, which is kind of cool. Yeah, so today we're going to dive into the energetics of the Red Crystal Serpent and what that means. But before we kind of jump into that, I want to walk us through the different levels as they have become known to me, I guess. Like as I have become aware of these different levels. I want to share them all with you because I believe they're all pertinent for the energetics and the coding that we're flowing through currently. So we're starting at the top tier, which is the 13-year White Wizard wave spell that we are currently flowing through. And I'm going to couple that with the 13-day wave spell that we are about to cycle out of, because they're both White Wizard wave spells. And those codes, the code keys, are the same. And so those code keys for the last 12 days have been amplified energetically within our space. And we can tap in and tune into that amplification if we choose to do so. And those code keys are enchants, receptivity, and timelessness. So just kind of sit with those. What bubbles up for you? What qualities come up with those words, or attachments or ideas or thought forms, meanings, memories, right? That come up when you hear the word enchant or enchants, receptivity or receive, and timelessness. And I want to go back to this matrix of time that we're spiraling through, this idea that time is not linear. We do have a linear timeline. We do collectively, we've bought into this idea of mechanical time, this linear time, right? The Gregorian calendar, the 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week, 52 weeks in a year, right? Like we've all dialed in and we collectively created that. However, that particular way of viewing time is a man-made construct. We have all collectively bought into that idea. And it's also created this idea of time is money. And it's just a more mechanized and materialistic way of viewing time. Time is money. It's very regimented, right? Like very mechanical, very methodical. Whereas a more organic way of viewing time is that it is radial, it's spiraling, and we're spinning around through these energetics, like will come back around, right? And so it's this idea that time is art, and we can actually use that to our advantage as we begin to tune in and tap into these energetics and how we can utilize them to up-level our own crystalline light bodies. Because that's what I feel like we are moving. We are raising our awareness. We are raising our level of consciousness. We are ascending into higher frequencies through higher thought forms and vibrations and consciousness. That's the path and the journey that we are currently undergoing and have been for, who knows how long. And all of these like discoveries are being made, and it's so interesting to me how discoveries are being made, and there is this concerted effort to like stifle and keep those discoveries. um, I don't want to say hidden, because you can find them, but they're not as easily accessible as some information seems to be within our world. And I am flowing currently through a space of, I am less interested in information that is given to me, and I am more interested in the information that I am actively seeking out. And so I really feel like if you are here, if you have connected to my channel, my guess is you're the same. You sought this out. You typed something into the search engine that connected with this video, and here you are. And I feel like if that's where you are, if you're exploring different ways of viewing our world, please subscribe to my channel, or at least comment and let me know who you are. You are a person that I 100% want to connect with, because you are stepping outside of the constructs of what is normal in society. And those are the people that I want to commune with and get to know. And again, I don't think that we're going to be alike. In fact, we're probably going to be very diverse, and that's awesome. I celebrate that. And I hope you do too. I don't want you to think that I'm like you, because I promise you I'm not. And if that's what our expectations are, 100% of the time we're going to be let down. So my stance is, I'm just going to let you be you and make my decisions based on that. And as long as you never lie to me or harm me, we're probably going to be pretty good. Because those are the two things that, like, my highest values that I have come to find are, they're really, for me, they're tied. There's not one of these consciousnesses that is better than the other. For me, they are equally important. And it is love, honesty, trustworthiness, and truth, and sovereignty and freedom. Those three things are equal in my book. And I am on a path to continue to cultivate an inner space and place of peace. No matter what is going on around me, I want to be locked into the flow of peace, recognizing and understanding that all is well. My nervous system loves to flip out, and I am seeking to allow my nervous system to heal so I don't kick into that parasympathetic nervous system. No, I'm sorry. So it doesn't kick into that autonomic nervous system response. And I'm seeking to remain in that seat of control, my parasympathetic nervous system that I am in the driver's seat of. And where I want to stay in the space of is, that's really interesting. Why is this coming up for me right now? What's happening? What's going on inside of me? What do I need to learn from what just happened? That's where I want to be in a space of. I don't want to fall apart just because somebody in my life leaves. I just don't. I don't want to have those attachments. I will love the people in my life as long as they're in my life, and I will love them when they exit. That will never change. And yes, of course, it will hurt my heart when people, flow out. I've lost people in my life, and I still, get teary-eyed when I think about them. But I'm not stuck in the energetics of, I guess, codependency. That's what came up for me anyway, is this idea that I'm attached, that my worth and value and emotional makeup is dependent upon whether or not someone else is physically in my world and my space. And that's impossible. I don't want to control or possess anyone. I don't want to be controlled or possessed. Therefore, I don't seek to do that with others. And so if you're in my space, it is because you have the free will to choose to be here. So if you're getting value from these videos, or if this seems or sounds like something you're interested in continuing to explore, yeah, consider subscribing to my channel. Consider coming over to the harmonic.us and hanging out with me in my space. Get a feel for the energetics of my own space. I would love to invite you there. There's a link in the description box below. I come in there a couple times a week. I do Monday meditative morning in that space every Monday. I just came out of that where we did alternate nostril breathing, or Nadi Sadhana Pranayama, which is just, again, that alternate nostril breathing to help rebalance and realign your energetics. So that little quick 7-minute video is in the harmonic.us space. I also, drop, I guess, memes there, but they're more like inspirational or thought-provoking graphics into that space. And then I also have the Harmonic Vibrational Attunement Ensemble, where if you become a subscriber, you receive energetic healing every day, whenever you need it, so I used to send it at 9:00 in the morning, every morning. I have recoded that energetic transmission, that anytime you think about the fact that you are a member, a subscriber, a beautiful love light sparkling in that space, that container that I've created for us, just by becoming aware of that and remembering that, you can call upon those energetics into you right then and there. That energy is just kind of in the queue for you whenever. And that's, as soon as you become a subscriber, you access the ability to call that into your being, because it's been intentionally coded specifically for you. That's truly how intelligent and beautifully designed our world is, and these energetics and this radial notion of time. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful to me. And I'm so thankful that I have been opened to this brand new expression and way of collaborating with people and being in that space. So I'd love to have you in there. So again, we're in this White Wizard Wave Spell ×2, 13-year and 13-day, spiraling through these energetics of enchants, receptivity, and timelessness. Draw that in and anchor it, and begin to take note, be aware, be conscious of the things that begin to bubble up inside your heart mind for you to take note of, for your benefit. Next is the year that we are cycling through. We are in a red self-existing moon year. The red moon brings in the code keys of purifies, universal water, and flow. And we juxtapose that with the self-existing tone of creation, that fourth tone of creation, because we're in the 4th year of the 13-year White Wizard Wave Spell. And those code keys are define, measure, and form. And those are being woven into the energetics of every day up until July 25th of this year. And then we are actually going to turn the calendar into a White Wizard year. So we'll be in a White Wizard 13-year wave spell and a White Wizard year. And then within that, obviously, we'll have a White Wizard wave spell. So that will be in triplicate, which is pretty cool, especially because I am a White Wizard. I'm a white spectral wizard. If you would like to know what you are, there's a link in the description box that you can check out your own galactic signature. If you choose to do that and it feels right for you, I would love it if you would share with me what your galactic signature is as well. I just think it's cool to know what other people, the tribe and tone that they're, I guess, personifying or walking out or learning about, right? Kind of unpacking as our lives and paths meander through this world. So let's see. Next is the 65-day season. We are in the White Northern Dog season of heart, really diving into and becoming more conscious and aware and clear about our emotional body and what it's seeking to teach us about ourselves, our emotional behavioral patterns, the triggers that we have, and just the feelings that we feel at any given time, and that we can use those as I'm really struggling with words today, y'all. We can use those as like guideposts to show us and teach us how to sort of like strengthen and raise our emotional quotient, our EQ, or our emotional intelligence, right? Where we are more and more becoming conscious and aware of the fact that we truly are in control of our emotions if we choose to take the reins, when we choose to take the reins. The code keys of the white dog are loves, heart, and loyalty. And then we drop into the 52-day castle of time. We are in the red eastern castle of turning, where we are turning up and tilling the soil to allow a more cultivated and beneficial ground and place to plant our seeds of intention that we are becoming clearer about as we travel through life, and plant those seeds with intention so that the soil has been tilled up. We've turned up those old ideas. We've pulled out the weeds of the thought forms and emotional behaviors, all of those things that no longer serve us. They're not benefiting us or others. We're pulling out those energetic weeds and we're planting intentional seeds of who it is that we desire to become. And we're allowing the opportunity for those new seed intentions to take root and to begin to sprout and grow and produce fruit in our lives. So that's that red eastern castle of turning that we're flowing through, which brings us to the moon that we're in right now. We're in the 8th moon of the red self-existing moon year, which is the galactic moon of integrity. Those code keys are harmonize, model, and integrity. Again, the next is that 13-day white wizard wave spell. And then that brings us to today. We are in the 12th day. We're almost done with the 13-day white wizard wave spell. This 12th day, the 12th tone is a crystal tone, which is why it's a red crystal serpent. So the solar tribe that we find ourselves in is the red serpent tribe day today. And then the overtone. The tone of creation that we find ourselves in is crystal, the crystal tone. So we have this red crystal serpent day today. There's also the rainbow bridge activation meditation. I have plans of putting together guided meditation so that we can do these meditations just by listening. I haven't gotten around to that yet, but I will get that done. But that is today, and it is also a half moon, and it's the first quarter moon, half moon. So we are in between the new moon and the full moon. We're a waxing crescent. That's that first quarter moon, and it's 50% lit and 50% shaded today. So I'm going to talk about this lunar phase. If you have a calendar and want to follow along, go to the back page. And if you want to get a calendar, there's a link in the description box below to the link to get the calendar. And I'm going to read the first quarter moon little qualities right here. The 3 kind of headings for the first quarter moon are extension, courage, and balance, which is interesting because today the moon is in Gemini, and I really felt, again, I did that alternate nostril breathing technique in Monday meditative morning because I really was feeling like today was a beautiful day to rebalance our energetics, the left and right hemispheres of our brain and body. And here we are, the first quarter moon, right? It's balanced, right? The moon is half dark, half light. So I think that's really cool, kind of. I love those synchronicities. And then the subheadings or sub-qualities underneath this moon are organize, confront, motivate, assert, materialize, form, empower, and pursue. So we're going to dive into the red serpent qualities from the calendar. Then I'm going to read the crystal tone qualities and the code keys. We'll share both of those. And then I'll read the daily affirmation, which is in the description box below if you want to follow along with that. And then there's another link in the description box below to the astrodreamadvisor.com breakdown of the White Wizard Wave spell, all the different days. And we'll take a deeper dive into the Red Serpent qualities. So that is where we're headed. So if you want to prepare for that to kind of follow along, please do. Okay, so Red Serpent is the 5th tribe within the galactic matrix and the 20 solar tribes. Red is associated with the direction east, and the code initiates. So something in your mental body, emotional body, physical body, energetic body, or spiritual body, or your cosmic body, or any of the bodies that we have, something within that is being initiated today, which is pretty cool. The code keys of the Red Serpent are survives, life force, and instinct. The quote comes from John Lee, and it is, quote, "I have learned that the body listens to rhythms the mind can't even hear," end quote. Red Serpent represents our primal nature, our instinctual body wisdom, our sensuality, creativity, and passion. Serpent reminds us to center in our earthly vehicles, honoring them as incredible, sensual mechanisms, recognizing that our bodies offer us infinite opportunity for experience. They are our living temples, our one and only home for this lifetime. As our partners in life, our bodily vessels invite us to nourish ourselves, to ground, to breathe, to stretch, to move, to dance, to feel, to discover, to physically express, and above all, to sense, to be creatures, not just intellects. Follow the body. It has a language all its own. Intimately connected to our soul, our serpent bodies and its senses are gateways to that which lies beyond the body, offering themselves as a conduit to access this greater wholeness. As a tool and guide, our bodies are our allies in self-intimacy, renewal, and empowerment. Life force is our vitality. Every moment, the decisions we make impact our store of life force. It is ours to cultivate and care for. So how are you cultivating and caring for your life force? Again, I would really love to invite you to come into the Harmonic Vibrational Attunement Ensemble and just get a taste, see how that supports your life force. One of the most powerful sources of life force we all possess is our sexual energy, literally our sacred creative energy. Known as our Kundalini, our inner serpent fire ignites our divine potential residing within. The serpent reminds us to merge our primal life force energy with our higher visionary ego mind to become balanced and fully alive. As a, quote, feathered serpent, end quote. This allows us to bring holistic insight into matters of survival and creation, assuring we see what's near and far. Very powerful energy. So this tone 12, this crystal tone, brings in the code keys of dedicate, universalize, and cooperation. The quote comes from 28 Meditations on the Law of Time. It is, quote, 12 represents the maximum evolution of form, its attainment of complete complexity, end quote. And again, that comes from 28 Meditations on the Law of Time. Having dissolved rigidity in tone 11, the crystal tone presents a higher order of coordination, offering complex stability, creative cohesion, and comprehensive vision. Here, we perceive the coherency of the whole as a composition of related parts, honoring the elaborate interworkings of life as a mandalic synthesis. Crystal tone asks us to universalize, to translate our knowledge and insights that they may be universally applicable, relevant, and shareable with all, assisting the elevation of the common good. Tone 12 affirms that we ourselves embody the highest qualities of internal and social architecture. Like a crystal with its unique facets that contribute to the totality of its beauty, so Tone 12 reminds us to honor and celebrate the diverse features and contributions of individuals which constitute the power of a strong, interdependent community. Tone 12 offers the recognition that in a healthy whole system, the needs of the individual are met by the collective, and in return, the individual feeds the aspirations of the collective. May we strive to collaborate with one another, combining our gifts and enhancing our efforts, while remaining clear and lucid in the grace of our anatomy. Okay, that too, but while remaining clear and lucid in the grace of our autonomy. Every 13 days around the world, groups of natural time trackers meet regularly on crystal days to share their accounts of completed adventures and to determine new adventures to undertake. These gatherings, known as round tables or courts of the kin, are specifically held on crystal days because Tone 12 models cooperation. These circles exhibit the cohering power of acknowledging all participants as carrying equal right and responsibility, while organized around a central unifying focus. All are universally welcomed to contribute their personal energy in dedication to the constructive functioning of the whole. Crystal declares, every being has a place in the formation. Our individual efforts of perseverance and commitment are invaluable. As we work in concert with one another, a powerful synergy emerges, a crystalline configuration which equals more than the sum of its parts. May we each experience ourselves as integral components of a network of divine creativity. The end quote comes from Samuel Beast, and it is, every individual is a detail of the whole pattern, right? The holographic universe where everything, all of us contain the complete and total pattern of the oneness, the all. Super cool. So I'm going to read the daily affirmation, which you can follow along in the description box. And these are utilizing the code keys, the action, power, and essence of both the Red Serpent tribe and the crystal tone of creation. So I dedicate in order to survive, universalizing instinct. I seal the store of life force with the crystal tone of cooperation. I am guided by the power of navigation, because today the guided power on the calendar is navigation. So I'm going to show you the Red Crystal Serpent glyph is right here. And then it's guided by navigation. That might be backwards for y'all, but that's what it says right there. So each day, this was guided by flowering, guided by magic. So there's a different guiding power for each day. And then again, when we're on those 13-day wave spells, the first, 6th, and 11th days, those are always guided by their own power doubled, because the guiding force is the same as the tribe, if that makes sense, of that day. Now I'm going to go to the Astro Dream Advisor White Wizard Wave spell breakdown and read more about Red Serpent, if you want to click on the link in there, there's these little bugs everywhere. Click on the link. You can read along with me. Open it in a new window. Otherwise, you don't have to. If you want to exit this video, that's totally fine too. But if you want to follow along with me, open in a new window and then you'll hear me read it as you go along. So the question for us to ponder on this Crystal Tone Day within the White Wizard Wave spell is, how can I utilize my relationships to explore and expand any of my self-limiting constructs? So again, to me, this really feels like so how can I utilize my relationships to explore and expand any of my self-limiting constructs? Oftentimes our self-limiting constructs are the things that we are unaware of that trigger us, right? So in my opinion, this day is inviting us, extending an invitation for us to become conscious and aware of when we are triggered, when we automatically flip into a strong emotional or behavioral pattern unconsciously, where we're like, whoa, what just happened? How did I go from here to here so fast? And the more we are conscious and aware of that, the healthier it is for us, because we're better able to learn the lessons that life is seeking to teach us. Better serving, less limiting constructs. And how do I inspire cooperation? So how do we neutralize these triggers, right? And how do we work with one another to begin to neutralize those triggers for one another, right? Like, that is how powerful we are. As we neutralize our triggers, as we heal our trauma and wounding and like those emotional wounds and mental wounds, as we heal internally and as we become conscious and aware, we are automagically doing that for the collective. That's how powerful we are. All right, Red Serpent qualities: passion, sexual energy, life force, vitality, sensing, body wisdom, instinct, creativity, serpent, integration, intimacy, motivation, desire, kundalini, and purification. Red Serpent invites the purifying spark of the sacred fire, the kundalini, to align and integrate your body, mind, and spirit. Red Serpent can help you uncover apparent blockages in specific chakras to clear and align them. If you are working on a process of purification, invite Red Serpent to assist you. Red Serpent's symbol is the serpent, representing healing and wholeness. The Mayan medicine this Mayan medicine, so this Red Serpent Mayan medicine, can remove toxins, rejuvenate and transform dis-ease within your mental body, emotional body, physical body, energetic body, spiritual body. Call upon it. Oh my goodness, I just unpacked another level of healing and coding these energetics for the harmonic vibrational attunement ensemble space. That's so rad. Thank you. So cool. So again, like, I'm just going to keep leveling up that space as spirit leads me. Super powerful. So I'm going to code this into today's energetic flow. I'm going to code the Red Serpent energetics for that medicine to be given on this day as necessary to all those who need it. And I'm going to move forward with each day. So tomorrow is the white world bridger. So I will code those energetics into tomorrow's life force energy healing transmission, because I can. And spirit was just like, why not? So, because again, it was like, call upon that medicine, utilize that those Red Serpent energetics in your healing. So that's what I'm going to start doing for that container, is calling upon those energetics to flow for each one of the beautiful love lights who freely chooses to be in that container. So exciting. Okay, cool. I love it. This Mayan medicine can remove toxins, rejuvenate, and transform dis-ease. That is how potent and powerful energy is. Because that's what everything is. Everything is energy. That's all it is. Everything we see with our eyes, everything we think is material, it's just an illusion. It's just energy vibrating at different speeds and wavelengths. Light, right? Light and energy, information and energy. Mm. Mm. Red serpent is also known as by the Maya as the Kultalilni or Kundalini, but it's Kultanlilni, Kultanlilni, Kultanlilni or Kundalini, the energy that moves up from the base of the spine, your root chakra, and out through the crown chakra. When the 7 chakras are fully activated, one experiences an enlightened state, which is also what I do in my hibration. Harmonic vibrational attunement ensemble is I send the energetics to balance and align your internal chakra system. That is what essentially Reiki does. So that's what I call upon the Reiki energy for. And then I have other energetics systems that I have learned about that are coded into those energies as well. Red serpent represents the basic structural apparatus of your motivations, instincts, desires, and your innate movement toward wholeness. Red serpent asks you to shed the skin of your past and step into the fires of alchemical transmutation. In this rebirth is revealed. This desire is an innate response encoded in the depths of your being. I think I've mentioned this in here before, but in case I haven't, I want to do it again because this feels relevant. Every 7 years, every cell in your body has been regenerated. So that means that every 7 years, you have a completely regenerated and rebuilt body. Your body, those cells are energy and information. And the more you can take conscious control of your mental and emotional body, the better equipped you are to actually speak into the recoding of every cell as it's being regenerated. Because your thoughts and words hold vibrations that code into your cells, your DNA. You get to rescript your entire body every 7 years if you choose to. It's pretty cool how powerful we are and the amount of there's a gestation period. That's the thing about human beings. We're not very patient. So the more that we can become conscious and aware and call in the consciousness of patience and wait those, 5, 6, 7 years, you're a completely brand new being if you choose to be. It's a choice. It's a free will choice. And you can sit down and you can write the script. And if you stay conscious and aware of that story every single day and repeat it over and over and over again of who you are and how you want to show up in the world and who you want to be and what you want to do, you will. Give it time. Allow it. Again, the red Eastern Castle of Turning, till up that packed down soil, the densities and the blockages that you are just trying so hard to keep stuffed. Let them out in a safe way. No need to go crazy, right? Like there are safe ways to allow those energetics to flow. And again, it's setting that intention, placing yourself in a safe space, knowing that you are inherently safe. Unless you're not, and then that's a completely different story, completely different. Like if you're not safe physically or mentally, if you're in an abusive situation, for sure you need to break free from that. And it is easier said than done. I am well aware of that. But I'm speaking to people who are in safe spaces. When you're already like, but you're creating an unsafe space within your mental and emotional body for yourself. That's where I was. The prison that I found myself in years ago was self-created, self-inflicted. And so those are the people that I seek to help. I want to help you. If that's you, if you are in a jail of your own construction, I'm here to help free you from that prison to the best of my ability. All right, I don't know how I got up on that. Rebirth. Yeah, recoding every 7 years. You're brand new. Every 7 years, you're brand new. If you start speaking into and recoding yourselves today and you stay consistent with that, in 7 years, you're a completely brand new being with no access to the self-limiting thoughts that you had 7 years ago, 7 years prior. And the cool part is that with the exponential like magical mystical quality of infinite spirit, like infinite spirit will meet you like 100-fold when you start. Like if you initiate something and you stay consistent over an extended period of time, you are shortening the timeline of when all of those things are going to start to manifest for you. It's very cool, but you have to stay consistent and you have to trust and walk out in faith that those things will come to you as long as you stay consistent, conscious and aware, purposeful in creating and maintaining those aspects. It takes work. It's not just going to like come to you, but as you start to do the work and you start to take those steps and it starts to like, you gain some momentum, that's when spirit steps in and is like, okay, you've paid your dues, you're ready. Because we don't get to skip steps in life. There's a reason why there's a term that's called rite of passage. There's certain things that we have to undergo in order to go through that passage, you know, from infant to toddler. There's this rite of passage, right? Like it's not necessarily an age. Like you become a toddler when you start walking and toddling around and having that, you know, you go from being a crawler or four-legged to a two-legged. That's a rite of passage for a human. And then again, you have this rite of passage where you gain complete control over your bodily faculties, right? Like you no longer just urinate and defecate anywhere, right? You go to the place where you're supposed to go, wherever that is. In the United States, it's generally a toilet, right? Like it's a rite of passage as you graduate those levels. And so you can't skip steps. Like you will crawl before you walk, and you will walk before you run, and you will run before you jump, right? Like there are these steps that we all have to, and you will run before you jump, right? Like there are these steps that we all have to go through. And it's the same is true as an adult. It's just harder because we want that instant gratification. We're not patient. So it's developing that patience and trusting that as you do the things that you know that you're needing and wanting and desiring to do, that pretty soon what you really desire is just gonna poof appear for you. Because we live in a co-creative world. Super cool. I love this world. I love this place. Thank you so much for being here with me. All right. Rebirth is revealed. This desire is an innate response encoded in the depths of your being. So this desire for like stepping out of your past and this alchemical transmutation, right? This desire to grow is coded inside of you. With the energy of Red Serpent, you learn to use the innate intelligence of the body. In this culture, you may have become separated from this wisdom. It works like this. When you suppress and ignore your issues, again, right, stuff and repress, like keep it down, like, nope, you're not there. Your body receives and retains the unconscious metaphors of that which is ignored. This may be expressed through physical symptoms that bring your unconscious issues to conscious awareness. Again, if you choose to see it that way, or you can just get a pill and continue to repress and suppress and ignore, right? And then you start to intoxicate your body with man-made drugs that are legal with a prescription. Don't get me wrong. I think that they're necessary for some people, but I think that we've become way too dependent on it. Personally, that's just and again, I want you to think and believe differently than I do. So I'm not asking you to latch on to my ways of thinking and believing. I'm simply sharing with you what I think and believe. I believe we've become too dependent on pharmaceutical prescription drugs especially in the United States of America and more developed countries. But again, that's just my own personal. You are welcome to think differently, and I am okay with that. I really am. I don't think I'm right. I just have my own thoughts about it. Okay. When this happens, work toward a more conscious relationship with your body and work with the physical metaphors in order to heal yourself on all levels: physical, emotional, mental, energetic, spiritual, cosmic, all levels. The body has a specific kind of consciousness through which messages are clearly delivered. In fact, the body itself is a living metaphor that mirrors your mind, emotions, and spirit. The body itself is a living metaphor that mirrors your mind, emotions, and spirit. However, the body also remembers all it has experienced and consequently holds the consciousness of the past within it, including past wounds and traumas. I want to follow that up because while there is some truth to that, I also want to make it very clear that this is not permanent. So if you have these unconscious and unaware traumas or wounds or patterns that are playing themselves out within your energetic body, yes, those are going to carry over and maintain as you grow and develop. However, once you become conscious and aware, kind of like what we were just talking about, once you become conscious and aware and you seek to recode and reprogram those thought patterns, those emotional patterns, those mental behavioral patterns, right? All those patternings that we have that are unconsciously within us. Once we shine the light of awareness on them and we take conscious control and we seek to consciously reprogram those ideas and ideals, then all of this negative, like you don't necessarily continue to carry those traumas within you. You actually can energetically free yourself of them as you become conscious and aware and do the work to release them. Just so that we're clear, because again, every 7 years, your body regenerates itself. And when you are consciously, purposefully coding the energetics of you in 7 years, that's you. That's your code. So the body will remember what it experiences. However, it will also hold the new reprogramming as you move forward. In healing these, remember the innocence of your body and the power of your body. Treat it with love and respect. Open yourself to be aware of its messages and metaphors rather than storing them. Be willing to look at the positive intent beneath any symptoms or physical process your body is using to communicate. Explore whatever it may be asking you to see. In this alignment process, you can use images or energies that come to you in meditations and dreams. Journey through your body to catalyze and explore any sensations, colors, shapes, or images. In these times, we have a profound opportunity to transcend both our physical and our spiritual genetics. The body's integration provides an unparalleled opportunity for personal evolution. So I believe that the body's integration provides an unparalleled opportunity for personal evolution. I believe they're speaking absolutely to the fact that our cells are regenerated completely every 7 years. Learn to expand and utilize your senses to access your body's wisdom and vitality. Don't think about it. Simply allow your body to sense intuitively the solutions necessary for change and growth. Red Serpent also represents the connection between powerful physical ecstatic experiences and the light of higher consciousness. This is an initiation of awakening through the bodily senses rather than in negation of them. As Jose Arguelles says in the Mayan Factor, quote, like the Maya, we shall understand that the path to the stars is through the senses, end quote. Within the body are held the keys to fully awakening our consciousness. This deeper understanding is expressed in tantric practices where spirituality and sexuality are integrated and honored as a means to enlightenment. Red Serpent represents the integration of mind, body, and spirit. Use the body as a tool for transformation. Learn how to use passion and the senses as a means of access and enlightenment to higher consciousness. Follow your gut level intuitions and instincts to make choices in the moment. Be willing to look at issues you have concerning intimacy and sexuality. Make sure that you are not separated from the dance of passion that is in union with your divine nature. Sense your deeper desire for union and intimacy. Red Serpent calls on you to awaken your vitality, body wisdom, and passion for life. Wow, so powerful and potent. I love the energetics of the Red Serpent, that primal quality and that, again, just reminding us that our body is so wise and it's working with us. It's not our enemy. We were created to heal ourselves on all levels, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, energetic. You are your own self-contained healer. All you need is just the time and space and opportunity to do that, which again is what my harmonic vibrational attunement ensemble space is for. It's a affordable way for you to tune into those higher energetics to help you heal, to tune you into your highest expression, to harmonize with your highest expression. So that is, I just love how all of this is so like intertwined with what it is that I do. And I love that Spirit really like nudged me to come into this space and begin to share these energetics. I love being here with you. I hope that you enjoy being here with me as well. If you do me a favor and tap or click the thumbs up. If you haven't yet consider subscribing to the channel. Come on over to the harmonic.us, check that out. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, or right here on YouTube. And if you want to know when I go live, just click the bell and you'll get notifications of me going live. But I totally and completely just adore and appreciate the fact that you're here, right now. Time is the most precious and creative gift that we get to share with one another. And I'm so very thankful that you have chosen freely to come and hang out with me. You have no idea how much it means to me. Beautiful love light, thank you so much for being here. I honor you. I cherish you. And until we meet again, do me a favor, please go shine. I love you.